National Football League. And the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Chargers and the Panthers, and it's all up next.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, our matchup here in this one, as so many do, revolves around the quarterback position. We've got an interesting pairing here. Sam Darnold of the Panthers, Justin Herbert of the Chargers.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and it's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He's going to look deep for more. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Oh, look at the catch there by Moore. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. 21 yards there on third down. Darnold to throw again. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second down and 10, Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Herbert off of play action. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Allen. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A give running right, it's Hubbard. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Darnold from the gun. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. After the turnover, here's Herbert. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this,
Herbert has it knocked free, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And now the rookie's free. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Chargers offense back onto the field. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete. Spiller out of the backfield. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He has already cracked the century mark in receiving in this opening quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Chargers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last last week, they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Edwards. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. On 2nd and 12, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move?
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play. 7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They snap it to Herbert. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Herbert now finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On first down, Justin Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jerome Baker, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for the first. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
He's airing it out for Williams. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chargers ready to take over. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, Not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. Because sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's taken it around the 40. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Herbert. Forced out to his left. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Isaiah Spiller in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Chargers are able to come into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this 1st half as the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up in will take it down. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A final shot before the break, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this 1st half will come to an end. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this 2nd half, and they trail as we get back underway. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that 1st half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. 25 yards that time.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Draw play, Spiller. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. On 2nd and 12, Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. They'll run on first down with Singletary. A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Darnold now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking